Right, so here we are. It is the 4th of Feb. We have all survived a month of school closure. I'll be honest, I really didn't see that coming. It was quite a surprise when Boris made the announcement on the 4th of Jan that all the schools were closing. And I have to admit, it took 1, maybe 2 weeks to get my head around what the new plan would be and how we could continue operating with that level of uncertainty. I think it's just been very difficult to plan when you don't know when the actual school reopening date will be. I completely sympathise if you are a school business or HR manager and you're working on projects with the thought in the back of your mind that actually maybe those projects will never even come to fruition. I am glad to say that we've seen some positive developments this week. So you may have seen that Scotland are planning to reopen school to pupils from early years up to year 3. And that's from the 22nd of Feb, so not that long at all. I was really heartened yesterday when Chris Whitty announced that we are past the peak of the second wave. And to me, that makes me feel like we are on the home straight from here on in. It all seems a little bit more manageable now. So here we are, reopening may well happen on the 8th of March as predicted. In which case, if you are a school business manager or HR manager and you're responsible for ensuring that you have all of your operation staff in place, I think the question is a month enough to get all of that done? If you currently have live vacancies, I'm sure you'll know from experience that you'll be hard pressed to get the full cycle done in just a month. So by the full cycle, I mean starting off with your advert, which you'll want to keep on for at least 2 weeks, maybe longer. Then shortlisting, interviewing. If you select somebody at that point, then they might have a resignation period of quite easily 4 weeks. Then, of course, your pre-employment checks. With the enhanced DBS being the most time-consuming part of that usually, we all know DBS checks take as long as they're going to take. You can't hurry them up. And they can take months. They're usually the last piece of the puzzle that people are waiting for before their member of staff starts. So taking that all into account, there are 2 ways in which I can help you. So firstly, if you have a live vacancy, I can provide you with a few temporary members of staff. You can interview them the same way that you would do with a permanent role, decide which candidate you like the best, and then I will ensure that that candidate is fully clear to DfE standard, they are booked in for your school, and they will be aware that that assignment is due to start as soon as your school reopens. So you're not tied to a particular date beforehand. The second way I can help, if you have already offered somebody a permanent position, but you get to a few days before the school opening and you realise that actually it's very unlikely that the pre-employment checks will be done in time. In that case, we can have that candidate cleared to DfE standard and working through us just until you tie up your pre-employment checks. Now, as long as the candidate is cooperative and has access to all of their documents, we can actually turn that around in as little as half a day. So that can be done the day before they start if that's what you need. If you'd like to know more about either of those solutions, please drop me a message on LinkedIn. I'll get straight back in touch with you and we can go from there. Thanks.